Why did you write Lost Fair?
Well, I co-wrote Lost Fair. I actually found a story on Virtual Pitch Fest, which is I'm a producer member of that. It's an online thing where people pitch to me, the producer. So they'll look through the people that they can pitch to, and they'll kind of pick different people if they like their resumes or they like what they've done in the past. And they'll choose you specifically to pitch their project to. And then you read the one-page pitch, and if you like it, you go ahead and read the screenplay. So it's a good project for writers, Virtual Pitch Fest, very good. So I found the project there, and I'd been looking for something that I thought that I could produce at a price. And even though it had kids in it, and it was kind of a road movie, and there were things that I mean, first of all, I loved the premise, I loved the characters, and I loved some of the dialogue, but it wasn't really in a full screenplay form. For instance, the main bad guy in the movie, he was talked about in the original script, but he wasn't a character in the movie. So there were certain formal things and structural things that needed to be done to the script. So that's why I got involved writing with Rachel Ray, who originally pitched me on the project.
When you found the pitch on Virtual Pitch Fest, what was it that stood out to you?
Not the first time I've been asked that question, and it's very hard to say. It spoke to me, and I think that's the greatest reason to make a movie is when something really speaks to you. And it was about this 11-year-old girl, and who had muscular dystrophy, so she was crippled, and she was not expected to live more than a year or so during the time that the movie was made. And she had been sold by her mother. And so it was a very dark story, but it also had very kind of metaphysical elements in the story. So it was, I've been meditating and studying Western esoteric philosophy for many years, and there's a thing about, people think, oh, I've got to reach higher consciousness, but I don't. That's not enough. You've got to spherically expand your consciousness. So you're reaching down into the depths as much as you're reaching for the height and the breadth of it, and so spherically, this movie was very dark and very light at the same time. And I think it was elements of that I saw in the initial pitch that really attracted me to it.
So you contacted Rachel, or through the website you contacted?
Through the website, I contacted Rachel, and she she sent me the script, and then somehow she got my contact information off the web, which is not hard to do. But so she started calling me, and she just she ravaged me with phone calls, and So and I thought, gosh. So she was very tenacious, and I said, well, the chances of us getting this made as a movie, are like 100 to 1, because that's the way the movies are, So are you prepared to go on that journey with me? And she was. And so together we started whipping the script into shape and developing characters and making it a makeable movie. And the next problem that I had was that I had an 11-year-old that was in every scene of a movie that needed to carry the movie. So I decided that I wasn't going to make the movie unless I found that 11-year-old girl. So I found Alexis Rosinski, and she is an amazing little actress. Not so little anymore. Time goes by. And once I found her, then I decided to greenlight the movie. And I was in a position to greenlight the movie because I was financing the movie, which is breaking the golden rule of cinema, which is never use your own money. But I loved the project so much, and I was so into it that I decided to do that.
And Rachel, the writer that you co-wrote it with, is she based in LA?
No, and I never met Rachel until sometime after the movie. So we wrote together remotely, and she's in a wheelchair, and she lives in Victoria, Colombia. And I had a very nice visit with her a few months ago. I went up to visit her and got to meet her for the first time. But it's basically the story of her, the true story of her childhood. So it was pretty emotional, you know, to meet her.
Ah, so hence why she was so tenacious about it.
Yes, and it was funny because she had followed my career. She said while her and her brother were being, abused by her parents, her escape was into the movies. And so she knew of me through those early credits. And it was weird. And not only that, when she made the pitch, she made a mistake. She wasn't originally going to pitch it to me. She was going to pitch it because she didn't think it was my cup of tea. So she was going to pitch it to somebody else. So the pitch came to me without her really targeting me. So I guess it was meant to happen, you know.